If the inspector tells you to do a safe start, this is how you do a safe start. Inspector, my tractor parking brake is on, my trailer parking brake is on, my tractor's in neutral, my clutch is in, and my foot is covering the brake. That's a safe start. Then you start the vehicle. Before you start it, always electrical. Inspector, all of my gauges appear to be working properly. There are no ABS or check engine lights, all right? Once all that's good, you start up the engine. You make sure you build up your air pressure to about 120 before you start the brake test. Accelerate lightly. And also, so you don't forget, you put that seatbelt on. Wait till you see at least 120 or you hit ups. Inspector, I'm at 120 PSI. Engine off, key off. Now to do the brake test, you put the key in the electrical position. Make sure you see the lights. Then you hold the brake and you release. Tractor in, trailer in. All right? Then you tell the inspector, I'm checking for air leaks. I cannot lose more than 4 PSI in 1 minute, okay? You cannot lose more than 4 pounds of air in 1 minute after your initial air loss. I'm at about 110 now, so I cannot be less than 106 at the end of a minute. You count to 60 in your head. It's a minute. Inspector, I have no air leaks. I did not lose more than more than 4 PSI in 1 minute. All right? No more than 4 pounds per square inch of air in 1 minute. My second brake test is low air pressure warning signal test. The low air pressure warning signal should come on at around 60 PSI. You're gonna pump till you see a light and hear a buzzer, all right? Or both. This tractor, you only got the lights, no buzzer, all right? So again, all the other tractors have a buzzer and a light. This one just has 2 lights. So I'm gonna pump till I see the 2 lights. 60 PSI. Inspector, my low air pressure warning signals are working. I've got my lights. Again, this tractor does not have a buzzer, all right? And again, the low air pressure warning signals come on at around 60 PSI. They come on at 70, that's good. It's better that they come on sooner than later, all right? You don't want to know later, you want to know sooner if you're losing air. 70 is okay, but as long as they come on at around 60, no problem. Low air pressure warning signals are working. My next test is my spring brake test. I'm going to pump my brakes till my tractor and trailer brakes both pop up. This should happen between 20 to 40 PSI. Keep the camera there. Inspector, my spring brakes are working. My tractor and my trailer brakes both popped up. I can take my foot off the brakes. My brakes are now on. All right, now I'm gonna do an inside inspection. Touch down, start engine, cover the brake. All right, inside inspection. The new one. Steering wheel, less than 10 degrees play. Some of the stuff is the same. Steering wheel play, less than 10 degrees on a 20-inch wheel. My left and right windshield wipers are working. My wipers are making contact with the windshield. My wipers are not bent, broken, or cracked. And my rubber blade is not worn, cut, or frayed. Now I check my washers. My washers are also working. Okay? My wipers and washers are working. Okay. My left turn signal indicator is working. My right turn signal indicator is working. My hazard light indicators are working. My high beam indicator is working. Alright? Okay. I'm going to check my horn. I'm going to put my foot on the gas to build up the air pressure a little quicker. My city horn is working. My highway or air horn is working. Alright? My floor area is clear. There's nothing blocking my pedals. I've got proper rubber on my accelerator, proper rubber on my brake, proper rubber on my clutch. The rubber's not worn, cut, or frayed. Also, my windshield is properly mounted, clean with no cracks. I've got no illegal stickers on my windshield, and there's nothing blocking my view. Alright? Seatbelt moves freely and latches securely. Seatbelt is not worn, cut, or frayed. Side view mirrors, properly mounted. Mirrors are clean, no crack, no missing mirrors. The left and the right side, properly mounted, clean, no crack, no missing mirrors. Also, Inspector, the mirrors have been adjusted for my use. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the gauges. Remember, certain vehicles got different gauges. This one right here, this is my speedometer. Alright, it's clean, the needle's intact. This tells me how fast the vehicle is traveling. Okay, this is my fuel gauge. Clean, needle's intact. This tells me how much fuel I have in the fuel tank so I can plan my trip. This is the temperature gauge. Rise it to normal operating temperature. There are no warning lights associated with the temperature gauge. This is my tractor and trailer air pressure gauges. Alright? My air pressure rising to normal operating range, which is around 120 to 140 psi. This is my tachometer or RPM gauge. It's at the normal range, 7 to 750. Okay? The tachometer tells me how fast the engine is turning. Alright? Now remember, on the other vehicles, you have a battery gauge. You say battery gauge, at proper normal level. Alright? Normal operating range. The battery gauge tells you how strong the battery is, and it also lets you know whether or not the alternator is charging the battery. Alright? And some of the other vehicles have an oil pressure gauge. It has an oil pressure gauge. Oil pressure gauge is clean, working, needles intact. Oil pressure is rising to normal operating range. The normal operating range for the oil pressure gauge is about, it's supposed to be between 5 to 20 psi. While idling, 5 to 20 psi. While idling, while you're not moving, alright? That's if it's got that. If the tractor is the new one, and it's got that DEF gauge, you say DEF gauge. That's diesel exhaust fluid. Diesel exhaust fluid is at a good level. That diesel exhaust fluid should be at least about a half a tank. Because if it gets too low, it starts beeping. Alright? So you got the new 4-door with the DEF gauge. Make sure you say that. Also, there's an air wrap gauge on the new one. Alright? Air wrap should be on 0. So if you got that one, you say my air wraps gauge is on 0. And it's supposed to be. Alright? Now that covers that. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my defrosters. Put it in defrost position. Put it on hot, because it's got to be on hot. And cut the fan on. My left and my right windshield defrosters are working. Alright? Now check your heaters. My left and my right heaters are working as well as underneath. Turn it back to the cold position. You don't want it to get too hot in here. Alright. Now, a tractor parking brake has no audible air leaks. My trailer parking brake has no audible air leaks. Alright? In other words, you don't hear any air coming from those valves. My weight, gross weight, is 33,000 pounds. My height, 12 feet 6 inches. Alright, now we're going to talk about the emergency equipment. Under the seat, you should have a fully charged fire extinguisher, securely mounted. There should also be a safety pin to prevent the fire extinguisher from going off accidentally. Alright? Also, the fire extinguisher should be rated A, B, C, B, C. You can have a fire extinguisher. It cannot be less than 10 BC. Fire extinguisher for tractor trailer should be no less than 10 BC. Okay. Also, we got a red box with 3 triangle reflectors, 3 red triangle reflectors. They have to be properly mounted. In other words, they're not sliding around. All right? They cannot be bent, broken, or cracked, and none can be missing. We use those 3 triangle reflectors, the red ones, only when the vehicle is disabled, when this vehicle cannot move. Also, we should have a medical kit, a 9-piece first aid kit. Also, we should have spare fuses and light bulbs. We normally put them in the medical kit so they don't get lost, all right? So again, in the medical kit or first aid kit, 9-piece, we should also have spare fuses and spare light bulbs in them. All right, now I'm gonna check my paperwork. I should have 2 insurance cards and 2 registration cards, right? An up-to-date insurance and registration for the trailer and an up-to-date insurance and registration for the tractor. 4 pieces of paper. 2 insurance for the tractor, 1 insurance for the tractor, 1 for the trailer, 1 registration for the tractor, 1 for the trailer, everything up to date. All right, my seat is properly mounted to the frame is properly bolted to the floor. All right, securely bolted to the floor. My steering wheel, or my stick shift, has no binding, all right? It moves freely. Okay. Also, my windows appear to be working. Okay? My doors, look around, properly mounted to the hinges. All right? The door opens and closes properly and securely. All right. We did pretty much everything. Now we got to check our last 4 brake tests. Tractor, trailer, trolley, and service. Okay, checking my tractor brake. I put my foot on the brake, put my foot on the clutch, go to 2nd gear. Checking my tractor brake. So which do I push down?
Yellow.
What color?
Yellow.
Wrong. Checking my tractor brake, I push down my trailer brake. Try to move the vehicle. Did we move?
No.
Inspector, my tractor brake is working. I'm now going to test my trailer brake. Trailer on, tractor off. Same thing. Did we move? Trailer brake is working. What's my next brake test?
The trolley.
That's right. I take this off, I hold my trolley brake. Did we move?
No.
Trolley brake is working. What's my next brake test?
Got a
Service.
service
I
brake.
look around, push everything is clear. I drive about 10 feet. I hit the clutch, I hit the brakes. Did the vehicle stop?
No.
Did the vehicle stop?
Yes.
Inspector, my service brake is working. Also, when I applied my service brakes, my vehicle did not pull to the left, nor did it pull to the right. Before you do anything else, you look at the air pressure gauge. If it's too low, brake, neutral. Inspector, I'm going to build up my air pressure. You build that damn air pressure back. If you pull off with that pressure low, they'll fail you on this road test. So you accelerate to build it back up to about 120. You let them know, building up the air pressure to about 120. That's the new inside inspection. The whole shit is not good enough.
That's it?
That's it.